All right, inhale the good shit. Exhale the bullshit. Okay. Hi. Welcome to this month's episode of Pizza, Beer, and Life. I am your host, Roxy and Cherry, and right next to me is my wonderful co-host, Miss Cherry.
Hello.
Hello. Woo. And today is our first episode of Season 2, where we are taping at EightBar, located in Atomic Books in Hampden, Baltimore. And come to Atomic Books for all of your literary needs, from the not-so-strange to the really bizarre. It's a great little store. So, and they also have beer in the back. So,
we are at EightBar, so
yeah,
bar. Bar's included in the name.
Yeah,
bar.
So it's good. It's good. But no, we're really looking forward to this, and we thank Ben and Rachel and the team for allowing us to be here to tape this episode. So, and future episodes. Anyway, so we are taping the day after St. Patrick's Day, so I would have to say we're a little worse for wear. Yeah. Some of us more than others. But that's totally fine.
This one right here.
And
it's fine.
But I do want to start the show just to give a reminder that yes, while this is Pizza, Beer, and Life, you know, we review beer and we tell people how we think they should live their lives. We just want to remind folks out there that we are not professionals whatsoever. I
do not have a doctorate.
Yeah, no, we have no.
At least in this, I don't.
Yeah, no. no. We quite frankly, should we be giving advice? Probably not, but we will anyway. But we just wanted to remind folks out there that we are not experts by any means, and if you are looking for resources for help with mental health or other things, there are some great resources out there, including NAMI.org, National Alliance for Mental Health, as well as other resources. So if you are experiencing something and you would like more information regarding some resources, feel free to reach out to us on the Instagram page, and we'll be happy to point you in the direction of those resources. All right, so now that business is done, we also have to adjust. We did receive a nice little note in our Instagram box from our dear friend Bruno in New Jersey, who noticed that there is a lack of pizza physically on the show that is called Pizza, Beer, and Life. And so we wanted to address that and say, you are...
It's a fair point.
It is a fair point, and we get it. And we were
Yeah.
kind of hoping to, have a little bit of pizza for this episode.
Yeah.
But I was running late and didn't get any. So maybe next time. But the reason pizza is in the title is because when we did start the first few episodes, we had all different types of pizza, and so it was a thing. Yeah.
Like a lot of pizza.
A lot of pizza.
Yeah.
A lot of pizza. You just didn't see it. So, but it's also, we like it in the title too. It kind of fits.
Yeah.
So there's your answer to why you are not seeing pizza on a show called Pizza, Beer, and Life. But with that, we do have the beer. Always have the beer. So today we are actually going to blind taste a beer from Black Flag. Oh my God, I can't speak today. Black Flag Brewing, which is located in...
And I'm supposed to be the hungover one.
Yeah, shut up. Which is located in Columbia, Maryland. They have been around since 2015 and tout themselves as actually the first beer production and tap production business and tap room in Columbia, Maryland. They were the first to start that down there. So good for them. Yeah, I have always, admittedly, I've always enjoyed their beer, but I have never had this particular one, which is, how do you think you pronounce this?
I have no idea.
Oh,
Cuvée.
Cuvée. I mean, there's a little accent on the thing. But again, to the point that we made a couple times, the can art, again, well done on the can art. I just want to, I just want to feature that right there. But no, this is
this guy. I want to hang out with this guy.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he's looking a little slick right there. So, no, this is a barrel-aged stout. And it looks like it was aged in Buffalo Trace bourbon barrels. So that is going to be interesting. Clocks in at 11%. And it also, they're noting maple syrup as well. So, all right, 11%. Oh, no, sorry, 11.5.
Yeah.
All right.
Good old hair of the dog.
Yeah, well, to say the least. All right, so let's tap into this sucker. All right, and there it is.
Did that happen to both of us?
I think so.
There you go.
It's all good. Thank you.
Wow.
All right. Okay. I get
I was
it.
going to make a very inappropriate comment right there, and I stopped myself.
Well, this is an inappropriate show at times, so.
I was going to say we got a squirter.
Oh, now that is really inappropriate.
Told you.
Ew.
You told me. You said this.
I know. I told you that you could.
You prompted me.
It's fine.
You prompted me.
All
Sorry.
right. So.
I mean, it goes with the territory, okay?
Oh my God, this thing is thick. See? More jokes. All right.
Oh, man.
Alrighty. So.
Woo!
All right, Black Flag.
Okay.
I think it's on right now.
Yeah.
Oh.
I know.
All right. Well, cheers.
Whew.
Here's to season 2.
Oh, goodness.
Here's to EightBar.
Here's to you guys, too.
Here's to you guys. Thank you. All right. Here we go. All right.
Whew. Whew.
That is a bourbon stout.
Yeah.
Wow. Whew. Wow. Okay, my face looks like I don't like it, and that's not true. It's just it's malt. It's really malty.
That's some bourbon.
That is like I don't know where
I
to
do like the
start with-
maple syrup, though.
Yeah, no, the
It's
maple
very
syrup is
good.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's super thick.
maple syrup. Where is it? It's.
Oh, it's like right on the front.
Yeah.
As soon as you take a sip, it's right there.
Yeah, it is. It's right there.
Yeah.
And then it has a very nutty finish on the back end. As
That bourbon's there, though.
yeah,
Woo!
bourbon is there.
Woo!
Is it my favorite barrel aged stout that I've ever had? I don't know.
No, probably.
No, but I have had better. I don't know. I mean, I won't say that there's something missing from this.
Yeah. I mean, it tells you what it is. And
No, it does, and I
hit
think-
it right on the head. you
Right,
know?
and I think with this particular barrel stout, I think it's a personal preference kind of thing where, for what it is, they did a great job. And
Yeah.
normally, I am all about these. I don't know. It might just be the day. It just might be that I've had a lot of stout over the past week. But there's just something, I don't know. Like I just there's something that is missing, and I can't put my finger on it. I don't
missing.
I don't know, or missing, or just too. There's something about it that is not making it like great, like out of the park kind of great. But I can't put my finger on it. It's not bad. I do enjoy it. I think it's good. I don't know. It might be the texture. Is where
It's very thick.
It is. It's very thick.
There's not a lot of carbonation behind it either,
No, and
which
There-
isn't a bad thing.
no,
but
there wouldn't
sometimes
be. I think, but to that, there it is. I think you might have hit the nail on the head. If this was done in nitro, I think I might. If there was a nitro version of this, I think I might enjoy it a little bit more. And I think that's what might be missing is that extra process. It's good. I think it's really good. Not the best I've ever had. But no, it is. It's good. Would I get it again? I think I would, depending on mood.
Yeah.
This is definitely, it's a heavy beer, so it's a cold weather beer for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a cold weather beer for sure. But yeah, no, I mean, overall, overall, I like it. I think
Yeah.
it's good.
I think it's pretty good.
Yeah, I think it's good. So again, it was Black Flag Brewing Company barrel aged cuvee, and
Don't quote us on
Don't
the
quote us
way
on the
you pronunciate the name. 'Cause
Exactly.
I am not sure.
yeah, no, but no, it's good. Again, I would get it again, depending on the event or whatever's going on.
Yeah.
Is it another point I'll add? I think I would classify this as a one and done beer.
Yeah.
I don't think, and I think that's what it might
Not
be.
an all-night beer.
Yeah, it's not
by any means.
Yeah,
no way.
I mean,
no way.
Yeah, I mean, this is something like I would have the one and then move on to something else, maybe two,
Yeah.
depending on how the 11.5 is affecting me. But
Yeah.
yeah, no. But Black Flag, seriously, good effort.
Yeah.
Decent beer, well done.
I like it.
Yeah, we like it. So, and if you're in the Maryland area, you can visit their tap room in Columbia, Maryland, and their beers are located around the state. They do have distribution. As far as outside of Maryland, I don't know. You can check out their website, and there is more information regarding that there. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So,
Cool.
thank you, Black Flag. Huzzah. All right. Quick questions. Moving on. All right. What is your go-to karaoke song?
Pat Benatar. Love is a battlefield.
Nice.
Always.
Nice.
I don't know why. I actually went as Pat Benatar for Halloween one year. Somebody mistakenly called me Pink, and I was like, no, ma'am, I am Pat Benatar from Love is a Battlefield.
Battlefield. Well done.
And I actually felt like I did it very well. I mean, I have the short hair.
Yeah.
Spiked it all
Did you
up.
wear the dress?
I tried. I tried to match it as well as I could. I had the
Please
ripped
tell
up-
me there's photos of this somewhere.
I don't know.
Please,
Possibly, but I don't have them.
please. Okay.
Possibly. But yes, Pat Benatar, Love is a Battlefield.
Right
That's
on.
my go-to.
Okay.
Always.
I like it. I'm gonna have to make you do it next time that there's karaoke because I'm dying to hear this.
Absolutely not. I don't sing anymore.
Dying.
Gotta get me really drunk. Which actually is really not that
All right.
difficult.
I was gonna say after we're done with that, I'll give you another one of these, and then
I guess we're going to sing Pat Benatar.
we're gonna go sing Pat Benatar later. So no, so mine. I'm sure it comes to no shock that I have a few. I don't have just one. There's a few.
No shock at all.
No,
Okay.
and but they're all in that like '90s alternative
Of course.
era, you know, which
Absolutely.
should come as no surprise.
Yes, makes sense.
So, in no particular order, "Criminal" by Fiona Apple.
Okay.
"You Ought to Know" by Alanis Morissette.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I usually break that one out when I have been wronged, which, you know, or I feel like I have been wronged by,
I like it. I like it.
by by a lover or a past lover. And yeah, I've sung, let me put it this way, I've sung that song a lot in my life. But the other one is "Just a Girl" by No Doubt.
Yes.
Yes. That one's one of my
Good list. Good list.
favorites
I like
to
it.
sing because it's a lot of fun. But if that particular song, "Just a Girl," if I sing that, I'm done for the night. Like I can't, because I put everything into that, and then it's just like, I can't sing
Yeah.
anything else. So, but yeah, those are mine.
That makes sense.
Yeah. All right, next one. What is the most ridiculous nightmare you've ever had? Ridiculous. You don't want to talk about it?
So I used to have this recurring nightmare when I was younger.
Right.
This is gonna get like super serious though.
And that's fine. I mean, it's fine. It could be as serious or, as the question says, ridiculous as it can be. Because mine is somewhat serious too. So,
Okay, so growing up, my parents split when I was like super young. I was like 6 maybe.
yeah.
And my mom got with this guy that was not very nice all the time, drank a lot, whatever. And I had this nightmare that I had all of the time where, like, the furniture just, like, kept getting bigger, but I stayed the same size.
Kind of like Inception?
So I was, like, shrinking, and, like, everything was just, like, so big around me.
Yeah.
And, like, I felt like, I don't know, kind of like in a, like, claustrophobic way, but like that same kind of like anxiety that kind of starts to, like, you're breathing heavy and you're like, where do I go? Like, I just want to shrink down because I don't want anyone to see me, because I don't want to, like, deal with the bullshit that's going on around me right now. And it was, like, weird because it wasn't like so much, it wasn't always like just the furniture in a sense that it was like the full furniture. So like, I remember vaguely that, like, it would be like bed frames specifically was one without the box spring, without the mattress. It was just a bed frame, and it was like I was still exposed, and this furniture is so big, and I'm trying to find places to hide, and I can't find a place to hide because there's no box spring and there's no mattress.
Right.
It's just a bed frame.
How old were you?
When
When you were having these dreams?
I don't know, probably like 8.
Okay, that is frightening to an 8-year-old.
Yeah.
I mean, it's frightening to me now, and I'm 44.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I had them very often.
Wow. Have you had them since? Has it been a while? I mean, of course, we bring this up, and tomorrow morning she's going to call me and say, "You bitch." You will not believe.
Obviously, since I've been an adult, they have happened, but not as frequently, and I couldn't even tell you the last time it happened.
Wow.
But yeah, that's probably my most ridiculous nightmare, because it's just ridiculous.
Yeah. No, it's bizarre is what it is. And just wow.
And it is a nightmare because then, like, you wake up and you're at that time I was a child, so I was like, what is happening?
Right.
With my life?
Are the walls going to cave in on me, and is the furniture going to swallow me up? Yeah. No.
So, yeah.
Wow. God, I'm sorry. Fucking close.
Yeah.
So, I have had recurring dreams of tornadoes since I was 3.
You've told me this before.
Yep. I have,
told me this before.
It doesn't help that I have a fear of them since but it's funny, my fear of tornadoes didn't start until I was roughly around 12. Right, because of an incident that happened involving one in New York State, of all places. But yeah, I've had recurring
of
dreams.
All places.
Right, in the mountains, yeah. But since I was 3 years old, I've had recurring dreams of tornadoes, and so I don't know, like, I have a fascination with them. Like Twister's one of my favorite movies. I do. I love that freaking movie. But
it's a good movie.
Yeah, but then there's one dream that I remember when I was very young. I woke up, I don't know if it's necessarily a nightmare, but it might have coincided with like a tornado at some point. But I was looking out my bedroom window, and all of these giraffes were just walking across my lawn. No clue. But for some reason, I remember that 40 years later.
Wow.
Yeah.
Giraffes?
Giraffes.
Was it scary?
No, but I think, like I said, the tornadoes came later. So, but I mean, you want to talk about ridiculous, bizarre giraffes. Yeah. But yeah, recurring dreams of tornadoes. So, there you go.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, there's our nightmares.
There you go. And now you know our kryptonite, basically.
Yeah. And at this point, now you know a little bit more into why I have a lot of baggage.
Well, I mean, if people say they don't have baggage, they're lying.
Yeah,
you know
true.
that.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Main question.
We can close out the quick questions. There we go. All right, main questions. This is why you came. Besides the beer, this is the other reason why you came. So the first one comes from one of my favorite columns on Washington Post by Carolyn Hess. So please check her out. I really do enjoy her. And just a plug, today, like I said, is Saturday, March 18th, and her column today was so on point. I'll show it to you later. It was great. Just go Washington Post, go check it out. So anyway, but this one came from her column a while ago, and I thought it was kind of bizarre, but also interesting.
I just read it real quick.
Yeah.
And I was like, what is even about to happen?
Exactly. All right, so the question is, I'm dating someone I really like, a potential boyfriend, but he has come to a few dates without showering. And if this continues, I wonder how best to tell him. That's it. That's the question. Do you want to take this first?
If you know that he's already not showering, if he's coming to a date and you know that he's not showering,
Yeah.
without him telling you, that's actually a good question. Like, is he telling you that he didn't shower,
Well,
or
I think
do you
you can
just
just
like tell?
Right. Let's go with the assumption
That you can just tell.
that this individual can just tell that this gentleman is coming to the. I think this was a very polite way to say they're coming to the date stinky. So, so let's make that assumption.
Okay. How best? Oh God.
Well, I mean,
I would literally just very politely just be like, why? Why didn't you shower? Literally,
you would just come out and
I would
say
just
it?
say why.
okay, I mean,
Like-
that's valid.
I'd be like, I get it. I'm pretty lazy sometimes. I don't always
Right.
want to get up and shower
But
because
also,
I want to
why
like
is this a recurring
lay in my
situation?
bed. Exactly.
Yeah.
But like, if it's recurring, there's something going on. Probably.
I mean, are they coming from the gym and they just didn't have time? You know, which I think is
Yeah.
kind of lame too. But
Yeah.
because there's usually showers right there. But
But you could also go to the gym at a different time
well, that too.
instead of right before your date.
Yeah.
And you know you probably should shower and get ready.
Pretty much. But also, I mean,
don't
we don't know. I mean, because I know that there are some conditions that
Yeah.
people have that, unfortunately, it affects their sweat glands and things like that.
Correct.
I know. I feel that, especially as a woman of a certain age. Thanks, menopause. You know, but I can appreciate that because there are some times where I'm like, oh, you know, like what. You know, I ran around at work a little too much, and I realized I'm like, oh, I am not fit for going out in public. But I think to your point too is this person aware of it? Number one, you know, because I mean, let's give them the benefit
There
of the
could
doubt.
definitely be some like underlining like mental things.
Oh yeah,
You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
sometimes when I get into these, you know, like deep depressions, I'm like, I don't want to shower. I don't want to get out
Yeah.
of this bed. My dog's here. I have nothing to do, and I'm going to lay in bed and
Yeah.
do nothing
and
be a lazy person and disgusting.
yeah, and you
basically.
don't, and you also, and again, I think it's giving the person the opportunity to, because they may not, in those situations, you may not realize it.
Yeah.
You know, you may, to your point, you may be going through your own shit and just kind of fell into a cycle, and you just don't realize, oh, this is the way I'm being presented to other people.
Right.
So I think your point, your original comment of, you know, just come out and ask.
Yeah.
You know, like is there, you know, and even if I would
I'm
take
not
it-
saying just why, just like
Yeah.
you could use your own words. Obviously, like I don't have a verbatim script that you can follow or anything like that. But yeah, I mean, like just check in.
Yeah.
there might be some like underlining things that's going
and that's
on.
it. Yeah, I think to expand on that, coming from a place of caring.
Yeah.
You can never, well, I don't want to say you can never go wrong, but, you know, it's always best to come from a place of caring. Because it's obvious this person, if they're asking the question,
Yeah.
they obviously have some care for this individual. And, because they want to see them again. They didn't cut them off. They didn't automatically say, oh, this person smells. I'm not going to take them. But,
which I commend you.
and that's the thing. There is something about this person that they want to progress with and get to know them better. And so I think that's wonderful. And in the spirit of that, maybe just coming to the table and saying, look, very gently, I've noticed that, the last couple times that I've seen you, there's something that might be going on. I mean, how do you, I know I'm tiptoeing around this, trying to find the best possible way to say this, but it's like, how do you come out and say, hey, you smell? In a caring way, like, how do you do that?
In a caring way.
In a very caring way. How do you do that? Maybe. The past couple evenings have been really wonderful. It's been great to see you. But I've been finding it difficult to get close to you. Because you smell. I don't know. I mean, how do you...
Oh, yeah. You nailed it.
Shut up. How do you tell? How do you... Because I know if it were like you and me, I would look right at you and be like, Cherry, you stink. What is going on? But
go home and come back.
You don't have this type of, you're still in the infancy of this relationship and you don't have that kind of rapport with them yet. But how do you, I don't know. We're going to have to put a pin on that and maybe come back to it later. But yeah, I mean, I think the bottom line is, yes, talk to them about it in as gentle of a way as possible.
Ooh, or you could slowly
give
talk
them a
about
bar of soap.
No, slowly talk about how oh hey, I was in the shower today, and let me tell you.
I don't know. That's I feel like that's tiptoeing. I mean,
it's better than being like, you smell.
Yeah, but it is. It is. And it can be a little sexy too. I was in the shower today and I was thinking about you.
See? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. That might work.
And then be like, what were you thinking about in the shower today?
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't shower?
Oh, you didn't shower? Oh, okay. Well,
we can go back to your place and get
you can shower. I'm done. I'm out.
We can get in the shower together. It's fine. I'll shower twice.
Well, I mean, it depends on it. Apparently this person really likes this individual, so that might actually work. I don't know. So
I knew I was on to something.
There it is. All right, let's just close this. I think we're done with this one. Okay. So, all right. This next question comes from the mailbag. So, and just a reminder, if you have a question that you would like featured on the show, you can email me directly at roxyfreefall@gmail.com or go to our Instagram page at Pizza Beer and Life, and you can send us a direct message from there, and we will get back to you as soon as we can through that. So this one comes from the mailbag, and I'll just get right into it. And this is kind of a doozy. I'm going to warn you about this. This is a tough one.
Okay.
So, my mother has started dating again after losing my father to illness last year. While I don't really have an issue with her putting herself out there, I'm finding out that she is putting herself into situations where she is being scammed for her time and potentially money, and does not see any red flags when it comes to this. She is completely oblivious. How do I get her to be more cautious when she's on these dating sites? I told you, it's a doozy.
Right.
It's a tough one.
I've talked to you about my grandfather, right? This
You have.
literally sounds like the same thing, just with him.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. I apologize for hitting a little bit more close to home. I didn't realize it.
It's fine.
To be honest with you.
It's totally fine.
Because it's truly.
And I'm not trying to put my family's business out there.
No. That's a whole nother thing anyway.
Yeah.
But that being said, so I mean it's delicate, right? I think I'll start on this. It's delicate because I'm going to put it this way. I find that, and this is with any issue, really, that when you have conflict with somebody and they're in the wrong, and you know they're in the wrong, they don't want to hear that. Nobody likes to hear that they're wrong, right? And the more I have found in my own experience, the more that you push the narrative of you're wrong, the more likely they are to keep backing away, right? Because nobody likes to be told that they're wrong, right? And so in this potential situation, there's so much that's going on here, right? There's the loss of your father and her partner of many, I'm assuming many years, right? And that sudden thrust into being alone, right? Because the other thing that I'm going to assume in this question is that she's also an empty nester and her children are adults.
Yeah.
Right. So we're going to go with that as well. So it's dealing with the loss of her husband, and also trying to navigate a world in which she now has to be independent. And whether or not she wants to be independent. A lot of people, they go quickly into these dating sites and these situations because they're scared of being independent, because they don't necessarily know how to be independent. They never, they spent 40 years with a partner or with parents or whatever, and now all of a sudden they have to do everything themselves, think for themselves, find activities and entertainment for themselves. Like all of a sudden this is it, not to be trite or anything, but it's like Aladdin. It's a whole new world. A whole new world. That's where I was going. It was just an excuse to sing a whole new world. But it's true. And so I took a long way to get to the point of there has to be a level of patience when it comes to something like this.
Right.
Right? Because they don't know, and they're so desperate, seemingly, they're so desperate for that connection to another human being again, that they're willing to gloss over and sacrifice all of the common sense that they do know, but they just don't want to admit, right? And also it's also an attitude of like, well, this person is showing interest in me, why should I think that it's for nefarious reasons? And unfortunately, it's also the realization that there are just bad people out there who will take advantage of people, especially older people in these situations, because they are so, I don't want to say desperate, but they are so, like, they just want that connection again so badly that they're willing to look over really anything else. So I think my first point is patience, and I'm going to pause there, and I'm going to kick it off to you to see if you have anything to add to that.
Okay.
Yeah. Before we get into the what do I do part.
Yeah, I mean, you touched on a lot of it, that patience, they're just, I don't think they realize after so many years what it's like to not have that person right next to them.
Right.
And then when they're not there anymore, it's like part of the grieving process. They're like, I'm just going to ignore it.
Yes.
So I'm going to ignore the fact that my partner is no longer here by being with somebody else.
Yeah.
Because then my mind doesn't necessarily have to rest anymore because, like, the only thing I'm focusing on is this other person.
Yeah. I don't have to deal with the loss anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
And
I'm just trying to follow.
Yeah. And I'm sorry, but there's, like, no right or wrong way to grieve somebody, in my opinion.
No, there's not. Yeah.
Let's my opinion.
Say that. Let's
like,
just say that right from the get-go.
Like, there's no right or wrong.
There's no manual for grieving. Ever.
Yeah.
There isn't.
And we commend you for wanting to protect your mom.
Yeah.
And I love that.
Yeah. Especially while this person is grieving the loss of his father. Also.
Yeah.
Still.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's a very good point. Like, you're going to grieve differently. Your mom's going to grieve differently. You're going to grieve differently than your mom.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could actually answer
The how?
this. Yeah. I don't think I could answer this question because I understand wanting to protect your mom. Honestly, like, my family is going through the same thing with my grandfather right now. We just lost our grandmother back in July. And Pap is going to do what Pap wants to do.
Okay.
He's a very stubborn German man, and he's going to do what he wants to do.
Well, and that's
fine. And you know what? And that's fine. If that's his journey, that's his journey. You know, it sucks. You love the people that you love, and you try to love them the best way that you can.
Yeah.
But sometimes you just have to let them live their life instead of try and fix things or protect them or...
Yeah. I mean, it's amazing how the tables have turned, right?
Yeah.
Where they spent so much of their lives in our early ages, and when I say early ages, I mean our teens and our early 20s, trying to protect us from the very thing that we are now trying to protect them from.
Right.
Right? And so, the tables have turned.
And I've actually been an example when my family has gone to my Pap. They're like, weren't you always worried about Allison every time she was out? Or Cherry, whatever. Yes, my name's Allison. It's fine. But yeah, I've been an example because everyone's so worried about him because the way he's just acting out. It's just like, yes, my family tried to fix me and tell me what to do all the time, but I still did whatever I wanted to, and I went on my journey, and here I am. And I feel like I had to go through the things that I had to go through to get to where I am now, right? So it's like, sometimes you just gotta let them... It's gonna suck. It's gonna hurt. It's not going to look pretty.
No.
But sometimes you just have to let the cards fall as they may and take a step back and just, I don't know, suck it up a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah, and I think to add to that, right? Yes, exactly. It's you have to give them the space to have these experiences. As hard as it is, and as sucky as it is, it's better if you allow them the space to have these experiences than, constantly saying you're wrong, and you just push them further away. Because it is possible, it's hard, but it is possible to support them in this new phase of their life while also practicing skepticism. And also, it's also an opportunity to try to teach them too. Like, hey, this really looks like a red flag, and this is why. Yeah. And give them the evidence that's there.
Right.
And so, if, quite frankly, if you're really concerned, and I'm going to go to the legal side of this too. If you're really, 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 really concerned that they're going to get taken advantage of, that they're going to start writing checks and things like that. There are things that you can put into place, like powers of attorney, joint, being a joint member on their bank account, etc. There are legal things that you can put into play to protect them and to make sure that, something doesn't happen. Or, maybe not so far as, direct action like power of attorneys or joint bank accounts, but also, simple alerts, teaching them what fraud looks like.
Yeah.
Teaching, showing them the flag, teaching them how to monitor their own bank accounts. Things like that we often take for granted ourselves, that they may not necessarily have had the need or the tools to look into until now. Coming from, again, I said this in the previous question too, and I think this is the theme of this month, which is, if you come to these situations from a place of compassion rather than trying to prove something, I think that you'll find a better result. And, it's a fine line. It's a hard line. And I'm, to this person, I am sorry that you are going through this, because, like we noted before, you're still grieving the loss of your father. And now you have to, you have to basically, watch your mother, have these experiences, and that may not necessarily be healthy. But, my heart goes out to you. I cannot imagine what that must feel like for you, and I know how difficult it must be, and so I'm sorry that you're going through that, but there are ways to ensure her safety and to monitor her safety, and that's by still reaching out, still keeping in touch, still asking her the questions from a compassionate place. Tell me about this person. Asking those why questions. Why are you talking to this person and he never wants to meet you in person? Try to show them how to see these red flags for themselves. And eventually, it might work out. Most of the time it does, when people realize, again, people don't want to admit that they're wrong, and they also don't want to look like a fool either. And so, just showing them that compassion and reassuring them that they're not a fool, that they are not stupid, that they are completely fine for going through this phase in their life and for exploring it, but also just, being compassionate and trying to teach them how to see those red flags as best as possible.
Right.
So I think I've pretty much.
Yeah?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Anything else? No? All right, we're going to close that one. Bam! All right. Woohoo! Season 2, Episode 1. Pretty much in the can. High five. Awesome. And
At EightBar.
At EightBar. EightBar. Oh, there we go. Yes. We are now at EightBar at Atomic Books in Baltimore, the neighborhood of Hampden. Huzzah, huzzah. But again, just to recap, Black Flag, Cuvée. Yeah, it's good. Now that I'm drinking,
I put my pinky out when I drink it?
I know. But I do want to revisit this. I do want to revisit this. Now that it's come back down to room temperature, and it's been able to open up and sit for a little bit, I am enjoying it a little bit more. So, I'm just putting that out there. That's my opinion.
You are definitely a liquor drinker, though.
I am. I do like the brown water.
So bourbon is easy for you. For me, I'm like, oh, this is rough.
Yeah.
We have different palates. Yeah.
So, on that note,
sometimes it can work out for us, and sometimes not.
Sometimes
always.
it just doesn't.
Yeah,
and that's fine. Exactly. So, on that note, we are going to wrap up. Thank you so much for watching Season 2, Episode 1 of Pizza, Beer, and Life, taped at EightBar at Atomic Books. We're very excited about this, as you can tell. And we're here to remind you to, just be kind to each other, be compassionate, communicate, as we always like to say, and, just be kind to each other and be kind to yourself. Love yourself, because that's what's most important, right?
Absolutely.
Anyway, thanks for watching. Take care. We love you.